Welcome to Daedalus Debugger, a podcast series conceived by lucianoambrosini and co-created with me, Ive. Today we will discuss Italy Pavilion Osaka Expo, 2025 and LA Consultancy for iMesh Facade. Enjoy.
Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today we're taking you on an incredible journey. We're headed to Expo 2025 in Osaka, Japan.
That's right. And we're not just, taking a quick look.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
We're doing a full deep dive into a truly groundbreaking piece of architecture, the Italy Pavilion.
Now, you might think of these expo pavilions as well, temporary things.
Yeah, flashy showcases, right? Here today, gone tomorrow.
Exactly. But this one is different.
It really is. It's been conceived not just as a building, but as a public laboratory.
A living, breathing structure, in a way.
Yeah, one that masterfully weaves together culture, cutting-edge technology, and, importantly, profound sustainability.
It really pushes the boundaries of design,
It absolutely does.
What's truly fascinating here is how the design by MCA, that's Mario Cucinella Architects, fundamentally transforms the whole concept.
It moves way beyond a static display.
Yeah, into something dynamic, something experiential. It's not just a structure you walk through. It's more like a three-dimensional narrative of Italian identity itself.
Interpreted as a living ecosystem, they say.
Precisely. Where art, deep scientific research, the varied territory of Italy, and its rich cultural heritage all intertwine.
It sounds incredibly complex, but also integrated.
It is. It's an immersive journey designed to surprise you, to inform you.
And maybe even challenge you a bit.
I think so. Challenge how you think about buildings and our environment.
And our mission today is to unpack exactly how it pulls this off, this really ambitious vision.
Right. We'll be doing a triple zoom, getting into the technical details.
Focusing on some really compelling marvels, especially what they call its breathing skin, that incredibly innovative iMesh facade.
Yes, the iMesh. That deserves a deep look.
Yeah, we'll also dive into the remarkable computational design work that was done by LA Consultancy.
Which was absolutely pivotal, wasn't it? For making that facade work the way it does.
Couldn't have happened without it. So get ready for some serious aha moments, because this project, it's a powerful fusion.
Of old and new, almost. Ancient wisdom and futuristic thinking.
Exactly. Showing us what architecture can truly be.
Okay, so where do we start? The big picture.
Let's start there. Let's immerse ourselves in the pavilion's overarching vision and its experiential design first, setting the stage.
Good idea.
So Mario Cucinella Architects conceived this Italy Pavilion as a public laboratory for Expo 2025 Osaka.
And that phrase alone, public laboratory, is powerful, isn't it?
It really is. Mario Cucinella himself called it a unique opportunity to create a space where connections are formed.
Fostering synergies, right, towards a sustainable future.
Exactly. This isn't just about showing off Italy's past glories or current products.
No, it's about looking forward. Catalyzing conversation, collaboration.
And the location itself is symbolic, too. It's within the Saving Lives Zone on Umeshima.
Which is that artificial island in Osaka Bay.
Right, and an island that's undergone its own incredible transformation.
From an abandoned site to this hub of cultural dialogue for the expo.
Yeah. That history of transformation on the island itself seems to echo the pavilion's own regenerative goals, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. That connection is, it's a brilliant metaphor for the pavilion.
Which acts as an experiential laboratory.
Exactly. It condenses Italian culture, advanced tech, and sustainability principles into one architectural organism.
A cohesive whole.
Yeah. Delivering that three-dimensional narration of Italian identity we mentioned.
Not static, but living.
A living, breathing ecosystem. Art, research, territory, heritage, all interwoven.
So what's the first impression when you arrive?
Okay, the moment you get there, you're greeted by this vast wooden nave.
Like a cathedral of wood.
Almost. They call it a hangar of know-how.
I like that.
And you feel this grand space immediately, right from the transparent facade.
Which filters the light.
Yeah, it subtly filters Osaka's unique marine light, inviting you in, but also giving you glimpses of what's inside.
Intriguing, hinting at both craftsmanship and innovation.
Precisely. That duality is there right from the start.
And once you're inside, you embark on this immersive narrative arc, a curated journey.
That's the idea, engaging your senses, your intellect, guiding you through different facets of Italian ingenuity.
So first stop, the ateliers of Italian creativity.
Right. And these aren't your typical museum display halls.
No static exhibits.
No. They're conceived as actual workshops. Workshops where handcraft meets digital culture is the phrase.
Okay, that's interesting, like modern versions of Renaissance Bottega.
Exactly. Those old artisanal studios where masterpieces were born through collaboration and skill.
But updated for today.
Right. So instead of just seeing finished objects, you might experience advanced manufacturing techniques happening right there.
Like 3D printing or robotics?
Could be, or observing cutting-edge scientific research in progress, or seeing visual art installations being created.
Wow. Imagine seeing a robot arm working alongside a traditional artisan.
Yeah, each informing the other. It's a living demonstration of how tradition can elevate modern innovation and vice versa.
Okay, so from that energy, where do you go next?
From the ateliers, you transition into the immersive theater.
Which they call the pulsating heart of the pavilion's sensory narrative. Sounds intense.
It is, in a good way. This space takes the architectural language of Italian Renaissance theaters.
Okay, like Teatro Olimpico in Vicenza, maybe?
That kind of idea, yeah. But it brilliantly reimagines it for the 21st century.
So no painted backdrops.
Definitely not. Instead, you're enveloped by high-definition LED panels, motion sensors that respond to your presence.
And 3D sound design.
Sophisticated 3D sound design, yeah. Creating this incredibly visceral experience.
What's the goal here?
It's designed to foster a dynamic dialogue between traditional Italian performance forms, maybe commedia dell'arte, and Japan's rich theatrical traditions, like kabuki, perhaps.
Interesting. A cultural exchange right there in the space.
Exactly. It's not just watching, it's being surrounded by this confluence of cultural expression, past informing present.
Sounds captivating. What follows the theater?
Next on the journey is the ideal city.
The ideal city, like the Renaissance concept.
Precisely. It functions as a large square of ideas, but it updates that humanist utopia for our modern challenges.
The complexities of the 21st century.
Right. So here you'll find a whole array of interactive elements, things that really invite you to reflect.
Like what?
Intricate physical models, maybe of future cities. Augmented reality displays overlaying digital info onto physical spaces. And sophisticated data visualizations, encouraging you to think about critical global topics.
Such as?
Air quality in cities, the future of public health, green infrastructure, the potential of hydrogen energy. Big stuff.
And there's a symbolic juxtaposition here too, right?
Yes, a really powerful one. You have this magnificent 1.1 projection of the Farnese Atlas.
The classical sculpture of Atlas holding the celestial sphere, ancient cosmic knowledge.
Exactly. Humanity's timeless quest to understand the universe. And it's placed right alongside.
The Milano Cortina 2026 Olympic torches.
Right, which embodies modern research into lightness, advanced materials, sustainable design.
Wow. Past and future, knowledge and innovation, side by side.
It's a striking visual conversation between eras, asking you, the visitor, to consider how ancient wisdom can guide future innovation.
A lot to take in. Does the journey offer a moment of quiet reflection?
It does. The path then leads to a profoundly intimate space, the spirituality section. This area houses Caravaggio's monumental Deposition of Christ.
Wow, the actual Caravaggio.
Yeah.
On loan from the Vatican Museum.
The very one, an extraordinary loan, and the lighting here is crucial.
How so?
It's meticulously calibrated, delicate grazing light that enhances the dramatic chiaroscuro, that signature light and shadow play.
While protecting the artwork, of course.
Absolutely. It creates this atmosphere of deep emotional resonance, a silence charged with beauty and introspection.
A real contrast to the bustling expo
A
outside.
very intentional contrast, a different kind of immersion.
And then the culmination, the finale.
As a magnificent crescendo, you finally arrive at the roof garden.
A garden on the roof, how big?
It's expansive, 1,800 square meters, conceived as a vegetal labyrinth.
Interesting. Like a traditional Italian garden.
It reinterprets the classic Italian garden, yes, but with a unique twist.
Which is?
It incorporates a harmonious blend of both traditional Mediterranean species and native Japanese flora.
Oh, bridging the two cultures again.
Exactly. Mario Cucinella calls it a place of equilibrium between human life and the plant world.
A sanctuary.
For contemplation, for connection. Imagine stepping out there after all the technology and art.
It must feel grounding. A breath of fresh air, literally.
Precisely. Bringing you back to nature, reflecting on that balance between human creation and the natural world.
And this garden connects to the wider expo site too, doesn't it?
It does, very cleverly. It's entirely visible from the elevated Grand Ring.
That's Sao Fujimoto's big undulating structure connecting all the pavilions.
Exactly. So visitors walking on the Grand Ring look down into the Italy Pavilion's garden.
Getting a panoramic view.
A 360-degree view, not just of the garden, but the whole expo site context. It connects the micro and the macro beautifully.
Smart design. And there's a porch element, too.
Yes, a large timber porch extends from the garden, forming part of the entrance.
Reminiscent of Italian loggias.
Strongly evocative of them, those open, inviting arcades in historic Italian towns.
Embodying hospitality.
Hospitality and landscape, yeah. Inviting people to gather, connect, like in a piazza. It's a seamless blend. Cultural reference, function, social invitation.
Okay, so that's the journey, the experience.
Yeah.
But the structure itself, how it's built, that's where things get really mind-bending, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially this idea of designing it to come apart.
Let's really unpack this design for disassembly, DFD, and design for manufacturing and assembly, DFMA.
It wasn't just an aesthetic choice, was it?
Not at all. It was a deeply strategic commitment to circularity.
And the main material reflects that.
Yes. Japanese glulam timber. Glued laminated timber, incredibly strong.
Engineered wood, basically, allows for bigger spans.
Right. And it's assembled dry, using fully reversible joints.
No glue holding the main structure together.
Not in the main joints, no. Bolts, pins. The core principle is radical circularity.
Meaning the whole thing is prefabricated modules.
Exactly. Specifically designed for full disassembly after the expo. Every part intended for a future life.
Which leads to this material bank concept.
Tell us more about that.
Well, it means every single component, those big glulam beams, the panels, even the IoT sensors monitoring the building, and the furniture inside, they can all be meticulously tracked using digital material passports, like a detailed digital catalog for every piece. Origin, composition, potential reuse scenarios.
Wow. So you know exactly what you have when you take it apart.
Precisely, which facilitates their seamless reuse elsewhere. We're talking a potential second life for the whole pavilion.
Reassembled as what, a cultural center?
Could be. Or an educational hub, another exhibition venue, maybe in Italy, maybe elsewhere.
Where it dramatically reduces waste, obviously.
Hugely. Minimizes the environmental impact of what's usually a temporary structure. And it promotes transparency.
Pushing that regenerative city idea Italy wants to promote.
Directly. It really makes you question, doesn't it? How revolutionary is it to see a building as just a temporary collection of reusable resources?
Instead of a permanent fixture, it's a total paradigm shift.
Challenges the whole notion of waste in construction.
Completely paradigm shifting. And structurally, beyond the circularity, it's clever engineering, too.
Oh, definitely. The design by Bermelon uses a mixed timber-steel system.
Why mix?
To prioritize lightness, speed of assembly, and that crucial reversibility.
So the main structure is the glulam.
The main load-bearing elements, yes, beams and columns.
All right.
But steel profiles are used very selectively.
Only where essential.
Exactly. Internal frames, the tension rods for the roof, trusses, those thin steel rods you see helping support the span, and the lightweight exhibition structures. It's also a response to Japan's seismic requirements.
Right, for stability and flexibility in earthquakes. Smart.
And the roof design itself is quite something.
No, so.
It's described as a bidirectional timber gratticcio, basically a grid.
Made of timber.
Glulam timber grid, yeah, which allows for really big spans.
How big?
The main beams cover a 26.6-meter span. That's like a tennis court length. Spanned by timber.
Wow.
While also reducing the overall structural height, making the inside feel bigger.
What are the dimensions, roughly?
Main beams are about 150 by 420 millimeters. Secondaries, 150 by 300. The uprights connecting to those steel tension rods are 150 by 150.
It went together quickly.
Very efficiently. Main beams pre-assembled on the ground in pairs, lifted by crane, connected to columns, immediate stability, no temporary supports needed.
Saving time and resources.
Big time. Then on top of that grid, the extrados, the upper surface, they place CLT panels.
Cross-laminated timber.
Right. Strong, rigid panels made by gluing layers of timber together. That forms the walkable floor for the roof garden.
And again, dry connections throughout.
Bolts and metal pins, all designed for easy disassembly and reuse.
And the back-of-house area. Services, offices.
Ingeniously designed, too. 3 levels, supported by coupled glulam columns and CLT panels, which also help with seismic stability.
Distributing the roof garden load.
Uniformly distributing that load, and crucially, keeping the underside of the intrados clear for that panoramic public path. No columns blocking the view.
Very thoughtful design. Okay, structural skeleton covered. Now the skin, the breathing envelope. This is where it gets really interesting.
Agreed. This textile facade isn't just cladding.
No way. It's dynamic, interactive.
So what makes it so revolutionary?
It's developed by iMesh, a company with deep roots, 3 decades of experience.
In what fields?
Nautical and aerospace yarn production from Italy's Marche region.
Okay, so high-performance materials are in their DNA. Yacht sails, space missions, demanding stuff.
Exactly. That's the heritage behind this mineral membrane.
Mineral membrane, what's it made of?
Basalt and glass mineral fibers.
And its role?
Multifaceted. It's a climatic filter, a narrative surface, and a demonstrator of the circular economy. All in one. And the properties.
Astounding. Weighs less than 600 grams per square meter. Incredibly light.
Which means less structure needed to hold it up.
Right. Plus, it's fireproof, totally glue-free, and fully recyclable.
Ticking all the sustainability boxes. Reduced mass, less gray energy.
And drastically simplified disassembly. A truly holistic choice.
But the core innovation is how they control its porosity.
Exactly. The spot-specific approach. Using digital jacquard looms, like for high-end fabrics.
But programming them to vary the weave.
Centimeter by centimeter. Adapting the weave to solar exposure, typhoon wind loads. Using only the material that's strictly necessary.
Tailoring it to the building and climate.
Precisely. Alberto Fiorenzi, the CEO of iMesh, really emphasizes this efficiency.
Give us some examples. How does the porosity vary?
Okay, south facade, most sun. The void, the openness, degrades from 30% near the bottom to 70% at the top.
Why?
To block more sun lower down, let in more light higher up. This reduces the maximum solar load, 745 watts per square meter, by up to 75%. Huge heat reduction.
Wow. And the west. Afternoon sun.
Reduces a peak of 732 watts per square meter by 65%. Still very significant.
And the north. Less direct sun.
Maintains 60-70% openness, optimizing for diffuse natural light and beneficial winter sun.
And structurally, how does this light fabric work?
It works in pure tension, like a sail stretched taut.
Held how?
By super slender 3mm stainless steel blades and hidden counterplates, almost invisible connections.
Stitched together.
With high tenacity basalt fiber stitching, strong, and allows for easy disassembly later.
And it can withstand Osaka's weather.
Typhoons.
Rigorously tested. 100 cycles of extreme temperature and humidity changes with minimal variation, and certified for 38 meter per second typhoon gusts. It's tough.
Incredible performance.
Yeah.
But it's not just technical, right? There's a sensory side.
Oh, absolutely. A rich sensory dimension. During the day, it vibrates with that marine light.
We're calling Mediterranean Mafrobia screens.
Exactly, that beautiful filtered light effect. But then at night, it transforms. When backlit, it becomes a low-consumption video mapping screen.
A giant digital canvas. Softly glowing, dynamic, changing the pavilion's whole appearance after dark.
And after the expo, can it be reused?
Definitely. The textile strips can be rolled onto drums, reused as shading elsewhere. Second life, third life.
True circularity. And there are QR codes woven in.
Yes, directly into the fiber. Documenting origin, maintenance, performance data, linking to the building's overall digital material passport.
So the skin continues to live beyond the event.
Powerful idea, isn't it? And iMesh is used elsewhere at the expo, too.
Oh yeah, where?
In the future of life, pavilion water flows over it there, and the Indonesia pavilion replacing traditional rattan outdoors because it's more durable.
Versatile stuff. Now, connecting this amazing facade back to the design process, LA Consultancy played a key role here.
Absolutely crucial. Led by Luciano Ambrosini, environmental design analyst, computational designer.
This is where that Techne Aristotelica comes in.
Perfect example. That blend of deep scientific knowledge and practical artistic application.
Knowing how things work and using that to create something elegant and effective.
Right. LA Consultancy didn't just run simulations for the iMesh. They used computational design to sculpt its performance.
Defining the strategy, optimizing the panels.
Turning them into this high-performance solar shading and natural ventilation system, elevating the material through intelligent design.
So how did they actually quantify the effects? What tools did they use?
They used a powerful computational toolkit. Rhinoceros for 3D modeling and Grasshopper for parametric design.
Visual programming.
Exactly. And crucially, plugins like Ladybug and Honeybee for the environmental analysis.
Simulating sun, light, heat.
Precisely. They did incredibly detailed mapping of solar incidence on every surface all through the expo period.
Hour-by-hour data.
You got it. Combining that solar data with the complex building shape and shading elements that guided the iMesh permeability design.
So it was an adaptive process.
A true adaptive design exercise. Using algorithmic modeling, they simulated, get this, 40 different mesh configurations.
40. Iterating virtually to find the sweet spot.
Exactly. Balancing aesthetics, aerodynamic resistance for those typhoons, and optimal solar control, moving way beyond guesswork to data-backed precision.
And the results. What was the quantifiable impact?
Significant reductions in radiation load inside, which means much better comfort.
How significant?
With an average permeability of just 20%, they achieved radiation reductions between 20% and, in some cases, 75% compared to not having the iMesh.
That's substantial.
Yeah.
Any specific temperature impact?
Yes. During the predicted hottest week, late July, early August, they looked at the Universal Thermal Climate Index, the UTCI.
Which measures how people actually feel, not just air temp.
Right. It accounts for humidity, wind, radiant heat, and they found up to a 7% reduction in that UTCI feel-like temperature in the zone right behind the membrane.
Noticeable comfort improvement, especially in summer.
Absolutely. Less overheating, optimal natural light, maximized natural ventilation, measurable benefits from advanced simulation.
Which brings us back to that balance. Performance versus aesthetics and the human experience.
It's key. LA Consultancy's approach wasn't just optimization, it was integrating function with beauty.
So the varying porosity isn't just technical.
No, it creates that dynamic play of light and shadow. Gives the pavilion a vibrant, changing appearance. It feels alive.
And that comment about handcrafted irregularity.
From Alberto Fiorenzi at iMesh, yeah. Calling it a hallmark of humanity, suggesting a deliberate imperfection that humanizes the high-tech material, makes it feel more organic.
Which connects back to Techne, translating complex analysis into elegant, functional, beautiful design.
Good building, right. Rooted in tradition, but pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
Huge implications for textile architecture, sustainable materials like iMesh.
Totally new perspectives for facade design.
And linking this all back to the bigger picture, the pavilion isn't just an exhibit, it's a prototype.
A prototype for circular cities.
Exactly. It integrates so many systems. Beyond the iMesh, there's 60 kilowatt of flexible photovoltaics on the roof.
Generating clean energy.
A rainwater harvesting system. And those IoT sensors constantly monitoring temperature, solar radiation, CO2 levels.
Feeding data back into the system.
Potentially, yes.
Right.
And remember, every component tracked by those digital material passports, guaranteeing future reuse.
Closing the loop. Making it a true test bed.
A testbed for policies and technologies for the circular city of tomorrow. Pier Paolo Rudico described it beautifully.
What did you say?
Memory and innovation coexist in an architectural device that breathes with the climate, dismantles like a Meccano, and sings with the timber structure.
Wow. That captures it. It rejects neutrality.
Proposes itself as a sensitive micro-city, hybridizing identity, environment, technique. A living manifesto.
And this whole deep dive really underscores the broader Italian excellence involved, doesn't it? It's an ecosystem.
It truly is, not just MCA and iMesh. It's a symphony of made in Italy.
Like Boro paints, for instance.
Right, providing high performance formaldehyde-free paints. Matt Koala, Boro HP Opaco.
With top certifications for indoor air quality and environmental performance, IAQ A+ EPDs.
Aligning perfectly with the pavilion's sustainable core.
And that Altagamma icosahedron, the wooden structure.
Fascinating piece. Walnut wood, inspired by Leonardo da Vinci's geometry.
Showcasing 120 Italian luxury brands.
Symbolizing that blend of creativity, innovation, art, science. That holistic, made-in-Italy idea.
And for comfort, Natuzzi Furniture.
Furnishing the hospitality spaces, their deep and wave collections, Mediterranean-style, comfort.
Plus those ergonomic Revive armchairs and custom theater seats, blending tradition and innovation in comfort.
Even the functional bits, Zucchetti faucets and basins.
Helm faucets, bean basins, distinctive Italian design, advanced tech, water efficiency, form and function even there.
In Conmiles.
Remixed porcelain stoneware. Durable, beautiful, but also produced with a focus on reducing emissions and energy use, low-impact surfaces.
And finally, Weimar electrical components.
Their Icon XA range, not just switches, but creating intelligent, connected spaces.
Where technology and aesthetics merge seamlessly. controlling lighting, climate, displays intuitively, rounding out that whole ecosystem.
Yeah. What a journey through the Italy Pavilion. From its grand vision as a living ecosystem down to the nuts and bolts. Well, the timber joints and textile weave.
Yeah, the modular structure, the breathing imesh skin, the computational power behind it.
You've definitely got the shortcut now to being truly well-informed about this architectural marvel and that whole Italian innovation network.
It's clear this project is so much more than just a temporary expo building.
It's a statement, isn't it?
A powerful one. About integrating memory and innovation, beauty and responsibility, shifting how we think about buildings and their entire life cycle.
Showing architecture as both cultural reflection and a catalyst for a sustainable future.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean for the future of architecture? Maybe even for the buildings you interact with every day?
Good question.
Here's a provocative thought for you to mull over. If buildings can truly be designed as material banks, ready for reuse, and their skins can intelligently breathe with the climate, thanks to advanced computational design, how might this blend of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge technology reshape our cities, our homes, making every structure not just a place to live, but a living, evolving part of our planet's regeneration?
A lot to think about there.
We encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Thanks for listening. See you on the next episode of Daedalus Debugger, the architect in the digital maze. Bye!